So this is a little tour of our saltwater aquarium. A lot of people ask like how easy or difficult it is to keep a saltwater aquarium, and honestly, we don't have the best. We want to build towards having a nice reef with lots of corals and invertebrates, and currently we only have this. It's mostly just a fish setup. We've got these 2 clownfish, and then we've got whatever, so we could put in some snails, some hermit crabs, and then there's whatever hitchhikers are in here. We got some purple algae, we got some tube worms, just various hitchhikers that came in on the live rock and the live sand. So we ultimately want to turn this into a reef tank instead of a fish only saltwater tank. But here's how the tank works. So the water flows through those notches in the top there into that overflow on the back. So the overflow, so there's the overflow. The water flows back into there and gets to a certain level, it rises to a certain level, and then it gets sucked down that tube. And that's basically managed by this piece in here called a Maggie muffler, which can come right off. There's the Maggie muffler. Kind of an awesome little invention. Now without the Maggie muffler, we just get this constant sucking noise, which we don't really want. So, Maggie muffler goes on, and then we get more of a sort of a rhythmic, periodic draining and filling sound. Still a little bit of slurping, but it's not as bad. Usually there's by the way, usually there's a glass cover in here, but I removed it just to make it easier to show you guys the Maggie muffler. There's the clownfish. Hey guys. This guy's super aggressive and he will bite me. Yeah, he draws blood sometimes. He's very territorial. Good job, little dude. Good job. Okay, so let's see, here's our lighting fixtures. These are LED. There's 2 different bluish colors and a whitish color. I don't know if you can see it there. And they provide the right lighting for things like corals. You still have to balance it and make sure that the intensity is right. Right now I've got it turned very bright so that you can kind of see on this video. But so the water goes through the overflow in the top, and then it comes down into the bottom here. Turn on an extra light so maybe we can see better. Okay, so the water comes down through that Maggie muffler, through that pipe, down through this little flexible hose, and then gets discharged down in the bottom here. The water kind of gurgles down in there. And then it passes through this thing that's called a sock. These are some filter media that I'm doing a little explaining with, so some experimenting with, so this wouldn't not normally be. Just pretend that's not there. Okay, so then water ends up coming through this skimmer. This is a protein skimmer. It's got a little pump in here that sucks in water and sucks in air and creates a bunch of, just a bazillion tiny little bubbles. And the tiny little bubbles create like a scum like you would see at the beach, like that scummy scum. And as the bubbles reach the top, they kind of fill this chamber. They fall down in here, and then they go down through this little hole, and then they fill up this official aquarium equipment, highly specialized, very expensive soda bottle. And so you get like a liquid in there that's blackish or yellowish or brownish or greenish, and that's one way to remove protein from your system. You don't want excess protein in there building up and causing problems. So the water goes through it sits in the sump and then it flows. Let's see. It flows. There's a divider right here. And then there's another divider here, and then there's a sponge filter. So the water flows through here into this part of the sump. And this is a filter made out of sponge. And then I've got another little piece of clothy filter down there to kind of keep a little bit more fine bubbles and things out of the display tank. Oh, there's also a little heater down here. So this pump returns the water through this tube, returns the water to the main display tank where it comes out this nozzle and that nozzle. This is a power head, and it provides, let me turn off this extra light. It provides a powerful circulation current. It basically just, it's like a big fan. It pushes the water, and then that helps to keep the nutrients and oxygen and everything circulating. And then, you know, some organisms like a lot of water agitation. And it keeps the water oxygenated to keep it moving. So that's the tour of the tank. This is a magnetic scrubber. It scrubs the glass on the inside so that you can keep the glass clean without having to reach your hand in there to do all the scrubbing. You still have to reach in to do some cleaning, but this is a nice quick. See, this little green stuff is not going to come off. You generally have to scrub that off from the inside with like a blade, but anyway, so that's the quick tour. A lot of people ask me how easy or difficult it is to keep a saltwater tank. There's a lot more going on than some freshwater tanks, but it's all just systems. This is how the systems work.